They say there's no place like home. But for some reason, I've always wanted to leave mine. Known for its extensive residency of sheep, lords of rings, and utopian way of living, the Aotearoa I knew looked more like this. Home to over a third of the country's almost 5 million population, West Auckland was where I grew up. I'm in my room in Te Atatū in West Auckland, where I've grown up my whole life. It is November the 4th, 2016. Having never lived out of home, I'd made the scariest decision of my life.
Don't worry.
I moved to New York City. Well, Brooklyn, to be specific. I burnt my flatmate's pan in the first week and arrived just in time for the election. Things were really off to a good start. Ripping the band-aid of my sheltered youth to dive into something I had no real concept of.
You made a mystery.
The city swallowed me whole.
Breathe into life.
I loved it, and I hated it. The chaos, the constant movement, the energy, the life. The places I'd only ever seen in movies and TV shows. The location where my parents' eyes first met. All here.
The only one I want.
My flatmate Mimi and I would go on mini adventures. As imports to New York, we did everything we could to soak it all in. It was my first Christmas without my family. It was the first time I'd ever known what it meant to feel a true longing for home. But yeah, I've been in New York for 5 months. I feel like it is time for something else. I have enjoyed New York thoroughly, but I'm a big lover of nature and I've missed it quite a lot. Gonna go catch a bus and then I guess I'll see where the rest of this adventure takes me. I kind of want to go to Canada. The plan from here, sleep on as many couches of friends, family and distant relatives until I found my next home. My grandma's cousin Scott and his wife Julia let me stay with them on their property out in the wops of British Columbia. A lifestyle that couldn't have been more opposite to the one I'd just come from. One of the things I'd been missing the most was the ocean. So it was time to pay a visit to the cousins. Being on the big island of Hawaii meant I was now officially closer to New Zealand than New York. I could be home in 8 hours. but I knew it wasn't time.
Morning from Seattle.
Working remotely, having these connections, they gave me this privilege to go places I never thought I would. And never before had I been this close to Central and South America.
We were just told that if a snake comes through, in a dramatic turn of events, all of us got tipped out. Yeah, got tipped out, but we are alive. I'm in Denver.
Moving to Colorado was like a breath of fresh air. The moment I arrived, my flatmates who I'd never met invited me out on an overnight hike. I knew I'd come to the right place.
I'll carve your name into the sun, love you till my days are done. I'll never let you go. You're the fire inside my blood, burn the bad and leave the good, my angel. I'm your ghost. I'll never let
Anyone coming that way have to be so bad?
anywhere you go, no matter what you do, you're always my forever. Always my forever. Anywhere you go, no matter what you do, you're always my forever. Always my forever.
Maybe old mate John was onto something. Maybe I'd change my last name too.
So what part of New Zealand are you in?
Denver was special. It felt like the place I'd been searching for. But they also say home is where the heart is. And mine pulled me back.
Back to New Zealand. It's been over a year. Gonna surprise some people.
Always my forever. Anywhere you go, no matter what you do, you're always my forever. Always my forever. Take my hand, no, I won't let you fall. Side by side.
What are you doing here?
Urea? What?
Anywhere you go, no matter what you do, you're always my forever. Always my
Seen him since May, and it is now end of December. Oh my god, he's gonna be so surprised.
Sometimes the heart chooses the wrong home. But we learn through that pain that the old saying about one door closing and another opening isn't just bullshit.
I am on the Pacific Crest Trail. The very biggest.
always my forever. Always my forever. Anywhere you go, no matter what you do, you're always my forever. Always my forever. Anywhere you go, no matter what you do, you're always my forever. Always my forever.
Again, I'd found what I'd been looking for.
Not if the virus spreads.
Breaking news, the deadly coronavirus is now in New Zealand.
I understand that all of this rapid change creates anxiety, especially when it means changing how we live.
Known for its pandemic response, strong leadership, and the haven it had become, the Aotearoa I knew was the best place I could be.
My dear, everything moves so fast. It all moves so fast these days.
When things beyond our control dictate where we call home, we're gifted with perspective. We learn what we value most.
Maybe we can sing time to sleep just for tonight. And we can tiptoe and slip outside before he wakes the morning's light.
I came to realize Aotearoa had never been home, or New York, or Denver, or the trail, and they never would be.
And the carolers on Christmas Eve, we will call on those.
Home had never been about the place.
We will pass the spirits among us.
So it is the 13th of August 2020. I'm going on a walk. My first one since New Zealand has gone back into lockdown. We had 101 days of life being pretty normal again. You know, I could go to the gym, I could see my friends. I went to live rugby games with thousands of people. I remember it feeling surreal until it didn't. And became normal again. And once again, I took that for granted.
My dear, let's toast the sorrows and the dreams left unfulfilled. For this life is a blink and a whisper, but look at all that we have built.